Yo, what's going on then guys, it's your boy Ben Gregson here, and today I'll be bringing you my competitive Zefra deck list that I've played in the last 3 Winnerbox events, as well as winning the Tier 2.5 event on Sunday with my locals, the Hobby Vault. Feel free to check them out on Facebook. So this is the list I was rocking with. It's relatively similar to most lists I've played recently. This random one of Ash Blossom in the main is probably quite questionable considering I'm at 41 cards, but it's just a stack off of Oracle if we already draw the Cyberstein, so that's the reason this is there. So this is actually the list I'd probably play moving forward into the Numeron format. Without consideration for Dragma coming up, that's still quite a while away. This is probably like the best version to be playing right now in my personal opinion. And I'll go over a couple of reasons why. So first off, Zefra Path. So if you guys saw the Zefra Facebook page yesterday, I made a large post about why I think the Zefra Path and Zefra have a really good shot in the current metagame. That being, Zefra Path beats all of the decks that are abusing the most broken monsters in the game right now. Those monsters being Halka-Fibrex, Link Cross, the Eldritch trap cards as well. Zefra Path automatically shuts those down. So my personal belief with Zefra is that in any format where it's heavily combo related and all of the decks have a really high ceiling, playing a control deck that can also combo like Zefra does gives you an absolutely massive advantage, right? Because all the decks that are summoning Halka-Fibrex are summoning from the deck off of Hulk anyway, and if they do summon from their hand off Hulk, they have no access to any of their token generators because you can't legally summon tokens under Zefra Path. Also against Adamancipator, they can't summon from the deck off the tuners, which is really relevant. The Eldritch traps can't activate because they're summoning themselves from the spell and trap card zone. And the other good thing about Zefra Path is even the matchups where it seems bad, example being like Altergeist, they can't resolve Multi-Faker ever, and they can't resolve Manifestation, so they lose a lot of their grind game. And also they can't Milliseek this away because they can only target your scales, and Milliseek sends them to the graveyard, it doesn't destroy them, so you can't actually remove Zefra Path from the field with Milliseek's effect, which is really cool. A couple of other things to address is why am I not playing the Darkworm package or the Connector package anymore. A lot of the reason for that is because Zefra Path is so important. So a lot of times in the versions with Darkworm, you'd end up with Gate 0 in your scale, which means you can't activate Zefra Path and shut out half the metagame, which is a serious issue considering Zefra Path is the deck's main win condition now. A lot of the versions are playing like the Synchro package that I used to play, and as much as I enjoyed the Synchro version of the deck, you're essentially just trying to do what other decks can do but better, and Zefra just isn't better at doing that sort of stuff. So for example, if Eldritch have a 1-card Jet Synchron combo, they still have a bunch of trap cards to follow it up with if their combo gets stopped. Whereas as a Zefra player, you need your whole hand to be able to do Zefra stuff. So if you're able to do Zefra stuff and then normal summon Jet Synchron and do everything afterwards, that's broken, right? But if you're just doing Jet Synchron or Despot stuff, your Zefra stuff isn't fully compatible to follow up completely, right? So I think just sticking Zefra Path on the board with a piece of interaction like Exterio or even Crocker Dragon, sometimes you have additional cards in your hand. Like, if you don't Gamma them and you still have Zefra Path on field, you can't Gamma them again. So you just hold it in your hand as fodder for Crocker Dragon, right? Which is like super broken. Also, you notice there's no Halka-Fibrex in the extra. I think I don't want to play Halka-Fibrex moving forward. This is probably the most budget version of this deck you'll see. Minus the BLS link, which I literally never summoned. But the thing about Hulk in Zefra is the payoff isn't as big as in other decks, because you're not playing like Jet to be able to make a free Boral Sword, and you're not playing, you know, super high value cards. You're not playing the Effect Wheeler into Celine combo in this version because it takes up loads of spots in the extra deck. Also, no access code or Boral Sword in this list, just because find it necessary. It's very much just a very clean, cookie-cutter version of Zefra, and it's genuinely the best version, I think, moving forward. So I'm going to do a couple of test hands before we end the video off. So obviously this hand's full combo, right? So we have Terraforming for Oracle. Activate Oracle. Obviously we gather them at any point, which is like insane. After we scale our Zefra, I'm actually gonna activate Desires just to see if we draw an additional 1 again. But we draw on Path. So we'll Province and fetch any 1 scale. I'm actually just gonna fetch Zefraxi here. Scale the Zefra. Use the Zefra's effect. Also, like, you might get Ghost Ogred here, and you can gather them there, which is super strong. We'll grab the Zefra enemy, activate Zefraxi, activate Zefra Path, Pendulum Summon 2, we'll trigger this. Probably just gonna grab 9 pillars because it presents the most value. So we end on 9 pillars plus Zefra War, which is like really strong. It's 2 pieces of interaction plus the path, which is like good enough. Same thing here. We have Oracle plus Pilica, which means Oracle Zefraxi plus Pilica, which means we're doing the Crocodragon into Exterior play. With Path as backup. I'll quickly show you how to do that if you haven't seen it already. Scale the Zefrath. Activate the Zefrath. It doesn't matter what we send as long as it's a scale 7. Activate and scale. You can not pendulum summon everything to play around Nibiru if you really want to. But you don't have to play around Nibiru because you're going to be getting to the Zefra Path before any of that happens. So obviously we're making this chain link 2 to chain block this from Ash. Grabbing Zefra Providence. They probably would have already Ashed Oracle anyway. Which is why we're not afraid to search Providence here. Activate Path. Make Ravenous Crocodragon. Trigger this as chain link 1. Trigger this as chain link 2. Change your music because our life points are low. So we're gonna make probably just Lambda. And then on our opponent's turn we can wall this away to get an additional search. Once again this hand's full combo. This hand's fine. This is one of the awkward Zefra hands that doesn't seem to do much on paper, but it does a fair bit in actuality. Probably should have searched a Yangzing skill just because of 9 pillars if we draw it, but that stuff's largely irrelevant. So this hand does lose to Ghost Ogre, unfortunately, but we're playing on Media Pro and nobody uses real cards on here. Grab Provi. And now you're probably thinking that this this Divine Strike's never going to be live, right? But we can just use War on our Yangzing, and then this becomes live. So this hand's once again super playable. We have Providence for next turn. Another hand where everything's completely fine. Like we have full combo here. Oracle plus a 1 skill plus Zefra. plus desires. Like, it's all relatively self-explanatory. What on earth is going on here? Okay, let's make the best of a bad situation. So if we summon Gamma here, we can actually make a synchro and stack our deck with Oracle, which does come up occasionally. But we're just gonna blind desires here and see what we draw. So we drew a 1 scale under all 3 of our Gammas. But as long as we have a Zefra in deck, we can still play, and we do. So that's completely fine. As bad as that looks. Once again, this hand's completely playable. So we all desires. See if we draw another 1 scale. We do, in the form of Planet Pathfinder. This hand's broken because we already drew the Cyberstone. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a like on the video. Also, I want to say a massive thank you for 300 subscribers. You guys make this all worthwhile. And also, I'll be posting a Q&A video on the channel tomorrow. So if you have any questions, whether they're about me in real life or if they're about Zefra or anything in particular, just stick them in the comment section down below. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also comment on the video. Gets the video out there. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.